you've got it consistent when you can do it 10 times in a row without messing it up.
Can you do it 10 times in a row without messing it up?
Maybe. Shall we find out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. My name is Tamoor. I am the managing editor of GameSpot.com and creative director at GiantBomb.com.
My name is Lucy James, and for my sins, I am a gamer.
What is my relationship to games? It ruined my life. Threw away a long and hard-earned law degree so I could sit in front of the computer and talk about games.
I have been playing video games since I was a small child, thanks to my dad introducing me to them.
My history with Street Fighter is long. I've been playing it since Street Fighter 2. I was one of those people who played it initially on Super Nintendo, but I didn't have a Super Nintendo, I had a Mega Drive. So I had the Mega Drive version of it, which meant 3 buttons. That meant if you wanted to access the kicks, you had to hit start in between combos, which was an absolute nightmare. But since then, I've played every version of Street Fighter, and I have a fondness for pretty much all of them. Even the EX series, which blessed us with the one and only Skullomania.
I have no history with Street Fighter. Tam taught me like one move because we have it on an arcade machine here in the office. My history with fighting games as a whole is pretty much non-existent, except for that one summer when my friend Beth and I got really into Tekken 3, I want to say, and we just beat that. But there was no skill involved. That was pure button mashing because we wanted to see the hot guys.
So my objective with this process, help Lucy figure out how to have fun with fighting games, why a fighting game can be fun, instead of trying to make her amazing at it. Having a mentor or a teacher helps you kind of go through the stages of depth in fighting games so that you grasp the basic concept, get familiar with them, and then slowly escalate it until you get to the point where you get, oh, this is where I want to stop because I enjoy it, and beyond this is taking it serious on a level that I don't have interest in, which means that, oh, I don't need to teach you about one-frame links or stuff like that. It takes a lot of things to get good at Street Fighter. Fundamentally, consistency is the most important thing. Consistency of playing it. You only get good at it by playing it a bunch. Having a good knowledge of what you're doing is super important, obviously. But if you don't play it enough to put into practice the things that you know, you won't really get better at the game. But like I said, we're not trying to make Lucy do long combos and like perfect everyone. We're just trying to get her to a point where she gets, oh, I understand why you freaks play this game. All right, we're going to start by just letting you loose on the streets to fight. So we've picked arcade mode, which means you're just playing against AI.
The fight sticks we have PlayStation inputs on here, like the buttons, and then what I'm looking at is Xbox inputs because the PC version of Street Fighter 6 I can't change it. So I'm just saying that if I biff it, you'll know why. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, that would be it.
Chun-Li is a name and a face and thighs that I know.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm fighting against Saruman. Light punch. Oh, okay. Well, I should have guarded. Okay. Oh no, he's got me in his. What happened there? I don't... Okay, so A, I don't know what the buttons are. B... Oh, I don't know what I did there. But it was colorful. Chipping away at his ankle.
Found that ankle kick. Yeah.
Oh no, okay. Oh, you little... Oh, no. Come on.
Like so close.
I know.
Oh.
He hit me with his cane. How did I do?
Surprisingly okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you were button mashing, but you did figure out some things that we can work with.
Yeah.
So we'll start.
You saw me jumping?
You jumped a lot, yeah, which is good.
Is that good? People.
It's good for now.
Part of the job is sort of being on top of everything, which means that I don't really have time to get very, very good at something. I play a lot of Overwatch. I have easily, over 1,000 hours in that game. I play a lot of RPGs. I like to think I'm pretty good at games. I'll play on normal to get used to something, and then I will typically go back and replay on hard just to see what the difficulty does. Unless you're Mass Effect, and then I will play on Insanity. Because I'm a real gamer like that.
Okay, so first things first, you have chosen, is this the method you want to use to play?
What do you mean?
As in like, instead of controller, this is what you want.
What's the benefit?
The benefit of this is more, I guess, control and precision, I find. They are more fun, I think.
They are more
They are way more fun. Are you sure you want to play Chun-Li?
Well, that's my question.
She's cool.
She's cool. I picked her because she's hot and a recognizable figure for me in Street Fighter. But is she good for beginners? Or would you say like Ken Ryu?
I would say Ken and Ryu are probably the starting points for most players, new players. Chun-Li is a charged character, which means you have to like...
Oh, ease of use, hard.
Yeah, she's hard to use. Who do I main? I main different people across different Street Fighters. Usually it's M. Bison, but for Street Fighter 6 I'm doing Ken. I grew up playing Shoto characters, but I just like M. Bison because he's an evil little lad and he's got purple energy, which is my vibe. But yeah, I'm hoping they put him in, but for now Ken. So you know the basics of movement.
So,
forward, back, if you press down, crouches, if you press up, just up on its own. Up on its own is an upward jump. If you press up and towards me, you'll jump towards me. If you press up and away from me, you'll jump away from me. So that's basics of movement.
Digging.
Okay.
It's flips.
It's good flips. The other thing that you need to know as a fundamental is when you're holding back, if you're holding back, you move back. But if I'm in range and I try and hit you, you'll block. So if you're pressing back and holding down back like you are now, one of the things that you're going to get used to over time is, do I need to stand and block or do I need to crouch and block? So if I'm doing low kick, you need to, if I come at you like this, you just do stand it. Okay, that's that done. The top buttons are punches and the bottom three are kicks. Starting from the left, light, medium, hard.
Okay.
So light, medium and hard are strengths, which means the damage they do is higher as it progresses.
Right.
But also the speed at which it comes out is slower. You actually can see it down there, 18 frames. Now press the light one, light punch. 7 frames. How you change that and make it a little more interesting and flashy is by combining the stick with the buttons.
Okay.
Okay. Press down and heavy kick.
Little spin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that now.
Oh, knock you off your feet.
So it knocks you off your feet. Jump towards me and press kick. That same kick. The same heavy kick. Keep an eye on your character and press it as you're right next to me.
So up and forward.
Yeah. So you want to try and kick me in my face. That's too late.
Oh.
There, you see that?
Yeah.
So you hit me in the face. Now do that, but as soon as you hit it, as soon as you're done with it, do down in the same button.
Oh,
see, now you've got that's a basic kind of thing.
So in the face, sweep the leg.
In the face, sweep the leg. When you're playing against the AI like you were before, remember you were jumping as Chun-Li? Like if you had the kick and then the down kick, you would have probably been more effective. But every character can do that.
Okay.
A sweep. Everyone has a sweep. Press the light punch and light kick buttons together. You see that?
Yeah. Does that like a...
Do it next to me.
Whoa!
That's a throw. Now, as you're pressing those two buttons, press away from you, back.
It's
backwards and
wait, what?
left and the button. Just together like this, simultaneously. No, away from you.
Oh.
Away from you. So backwards. There you go.
There we go. Oh,
Press the button. So this is a good thing to learn about. This is on the right.
Yeah.
It basically tracks all your inputs. If you're ever like, oh, this is how I do it, but it's not working, you can just look at this and be like, oh, I can see what I'm doing here wrong. There you go, you've nailed it. Do your air kick in my face and then press the throw button on its own afterwards. See, that didn't work.
Didn't work.
Sometimes you can't mix moves together.
Okay.
Because the animation is like they are my face, so you can't grab them. Throws are good because you cannot block them. Okay, now we're going to try and learn some moves. Okay, so this is the combo trial.
Okay.
This is what I want you to focus on when you're training a lot. I think it'll be a good measure of your ability to see how far you can get through it and whether you can do it consistently.
Okay.
And now we're doing this because it feels good to do moves.
Yeah.
And when you do moves, and it feels good, you're inclined to play more. I think the thing I see in Lucy that I really want to work on most is the kind of discovery element. I feel like she's someone who, if I just teach her rules, she will very quickly get bored or like frustrated and move on. But I think allowing her to do things and see how it feels in the game and understand why that's exciting is the best way to approach it. So I feel like a lot of the mileage is going to be through the sense of discovery she feels and a sense of self-growth. You can see what it's asking you to do in the top left. So it's telling you medium punch, light kick, heavy kick.
Medium punch.
Yeah.
Light kick.
Yep.
Heavy kick.
Oh, there you go. You got the first 2 bits. So you've got the first 2 bits there.
It's like sticky.
It is slightly sticky. Just a little quicker on that final one and you're good. There you go. Easy. That's called a target combo.
Yeah.
Which basically means you just press these buttons and you get a very simple combo. If you can do it 10 times in a row, that's good. Like you probably got it down. See, this is the same thing. You see the arrow, it's a target combo again, but once you go to heavy, and once you go to do 2 heavies, there you go. Ooh. Now it gets tricky.
Oh, you know, like... Oh, wait. I remember what that
You've done
is.
that motion. So can you do that motion on its own? So you press 2 buttons there, but that was the correct motion. Hell yeah. Do it again. The medium kick is special cancelable. That means when you do it and it lands, you can immediately cancel the animation into another move. What you can do is basically use one input as the starting of another input. If you think about it, you're already at down.
Yeah.
So if you pressed medium and then carried on with the other bit,
okay.
It will be like, oh, see that?
Right.
There you go, you did it. There you go, you did it. Yep, there you go.
Okay.
These are what we call pokes.
Poke in the bear.
Yeah, you're just poking at it, and then you know, oh, when it hits, you can follow up. So this next one is the same concept.
Like
So
that.
that's the move
kick.
that it wants you to cancel into. Okay, let's see what happens.
So I
You press the hard punch,
Yeah.
and then you press the kick too early. You see that?
Yeah.
You pressed it when it was diagonal. You need to press it when it's left. So the final step is where it needs to. So you're almost there. It needs to be immediate. The moment you hit that,
Yeah.
you should already be moving. Maintain awareness around it. You see that? So it's 1, 2, 3. Also, see? It's easy. You've done it once, you can do it again now. There you go. You've done it again.
Heavy punch.
When they're together, instead of having the arrow, that means press them at the same time. Hard punch, hard kick, the target combo. The 2-button target combo. Boom. So that move that you're doing is one of the core new mechanics of Street Fighter 6. It's very complicated, but we won't get into that right now. It's basically...
Because I have to check and gauge and
Yeah, and also like when you do yours, if I do mine immediately after, I win. It's like rock, paper, scissors, basically. Hit it again. See how late you could do that?
Yeah, that was
So this time, just land it, but then wait and watch the animation. You basically got until he starts to fall over to basically, you can take a breather and compose yourself. Look at what happens. That damage is 1680. So you want to check which one's better for you. 1680, 2300. So now you know, if you're ever in that situation, don't go for the sweep, go for the target combo. There you go, easy. Okay, now this is tricky. You know the motion for this, it's just an extra button. So it's primarily that same Hadouken motion,
Yeah.
but before you do it, you are starting from forward.
Okay.
Nailed it, there you go.
Oh, I did it.
That's it.
Okay.
The second part of it is,
God, that was
wasn't it? Do that motion,
Yeah.
but connect it to the hard punch. The tricky part is you can't hold forward while you're doing this, because it's a different move.
Okay.
And what it wants you to do is basically that. So remember before you did the medium kick into Hadouken?
Yep.
This is a variant of that is hard punch into dragon punch. The final thing it wants you to do is connect it all together, like that. It's annoying, isn't it?
It's annoying.
Especially when you do it and then you try and do it again and you're like, why can't I do it? And that's the fun of it.
And that's the fun of Street Fighter.
You're going to reach a point where you're like, I can do it consistently. And you're going to be more surprised by the fact that you accidentally didn't do it.
Sometimes in the heat of battle, you know, I kind of forget everything I've ever learned about the game, and I will forget what combos are, or, you know, I will just panic and I'll button mash. I have beaten Elden Ring. I've platinumed Elden Ring, and for some reason that game really got its grip. It got its hooks in me over the course of like 100+ hours, and I didn't have that issue with Elden Ring, but with things like fighting games, that definitely just goes out the window. Or like Fortnite, or even Overwatch sometimes. I forget everything, and I panic, and then I die, and I go, well, ugh, you know. So I would say being switched on throughout is probably not my greatest strength.
I think we figured out the goal for this.
Okay.
The goal is going to be for you to complete this challenge. Okay?
Okay.
You've got it consistent when you can do it 10 times in a row without messing it up.
Can you do it 10 times in a row without messing it up?
Maybe. Shall we find out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. Then go on to hard punch, and then the dragon punch. Like that. And then once you can do that consistently 10 times, then you're going to this move into the full thing. Okay? So practice that alone 10 times, that into that 10 times, and then all of it together 10 times. I think this is the good goal for you.
Yeah.
Because once you can do this, you've basically got the majority of Ryu's most complicated motions. And hopefully by then you'll feel empowered. Yeah, it's good.
Right now I just feel sweaty. I'm not worried about it being too late to get into Street Fighter 6. If there is something I know about fighting games, is that they always persevere for years after they're released. So Street Fighter 6 came out a few months ago. I feel good about hopping in now. People are still playing, they're still excited. I was just at San Diego Comic-Con and they had a brand new character that they were playing, and they'll be rolling out more, I'm sure. So I don't think it's too late at all. It just, you know, will my repetitive strain injured wrists be able to handle it? That's where I'm really worried.
I don't think it's ever too late in a game's release cycle to get good at it, especially with fighting games. Fighting games are, whether you're playing online or offline, there's always a welcoming, inviting community to it. Whether you're just like learning how to play, there's dozens and dozens of YouTubers that are creating content around teaching people how to play and doing it on different levels. There's a skill-based matchmaking system on Street Fighter 6, especially, where it's like you don't go in and get murdered by, you know, advanced players. If you use ranked match, it will start you off with players that it feels are roughly your skill level, and if you get better, it'll push you up. If you don't feel like you're improving and you're not winning, you'll stay where you are or go down, and you'll find that sweet spot.
Okay, so I have been practicing. I spent all of yesterday pretty much at the arcade cabinet. I had a few moments of, aha, this makes sense, I think I get it, and now I'm ready for Tam's final challenge.
Okay, Lucy, so last time we were here, we taught you the basics of movement. We taught you a little bit about how Ryu works, and then we started teaching you some very basic things like target combos and the special moves. So the test for this is going to be also consistency. Are you good enough to do the Shoryuken consistently? Yesterday you were not. You couldn't pull it off at all, but you've been in the lab, as we say, and now we're going to test whether you can, 1, do a Shoryuken, 2, if you can do it 10 times in a row. Okay?
I know I can do one of those things.
We'll see what happens. Okay. Here we go. Take your time.
My hands are sweaty.
Sweaty, take your time.
Oh wait, no. Okay,
You did one.
Okay. 2. I'm not doing them quick because I don't want to 3.
Oh, you gotta start again now. You got this. You got this.
Stressful.
It is stressful. You got this. All right.
2. 3. 4. 5. 6.
You got this. You got this.
8.
Oh, from scratch.
Why? 2.
Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey. Okay, so hang on. I feel like I can do this thing.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No.
I'll count
9.
that. I'll count that as 10.
Wait.
One more. Yeah. She's done it. She's done it. How does that feel?
It did feel really good.
Felt
That
good,
is the
right?
first time I've done all 10. I managed to get to 7 and 8 consistently.
You've done 10 Shoryukens in a row.
But can I do that?
But now, let's see if you can do the one combo trial, that was proving to be an impossibility for you. So you want to do the drive impact, which is one button there. Hard punch in pit. Let's go! She's done it! First time! Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that felt so good. That felt so good. Like, screw the 10. Sure you could. That felt really good.
First time. First time, see? And that is because you spent time in the lab, you
Yeah.
built the muscle memory,
Yeah.
and you now understand the character as well.
I also have the confidence because I think there's that moment where you get it comes together. Like, I understand how this is supposed to feel.
Yeah.
I understand. I mean, you know, when we were doing this yesterday, you would say same but faster.
Yeah.
And I don't think I really grasped how much faster. And then once I did, I started just remembering like the muscle memory, and it all just came together, and now I feel great.
So that was the first ever episode of Get Good on Street Fighter 6, and I think it speaks to the intent behind this show in a major way. The phrase Get Good is used online to kind of almost tell people who are bad at something to, in a very harsh way, just do better. Whereas this show is about helping people get good by teaching them to find the fun in something. And I think we saw there Lucy went from someone who played no Street Fighter to someone who is now able to proficiently play Street Fighter and enjoy it. And as someone who has taught other people to play Street Fighter and always loves the feeling of showing other people why a game is valuable and fun and interesting, that was a very reinforcing experience for me. And it looks like she's enjoying herself even more now. She's just smashing out those combos back there.